I'm Kat and welcome back to my channel. Oh, I am tired and it's only 3 o'clock and I feel like I haven't slept at all, which seems to be like the constant thing in my life that is always going on that I've complained about a lot on this channel. But today we are going to do a little review on a product that I actually did a review on like forever ago, like quite a few years ago, I believe, and that is actually Curology. So a few years ago, I wanted to try Curology because I was breaking out a lot. So basically what Curology is, it's this skincare subscription service where you can go on there, you can take like this small quiz talking about what you want to target, like with your acne, and then they decide what formula you get, and then they send you it in the mail. It's like a medicated thing, and you're supposed to have this medical professional provider that decides what's best for your skin. That's basically what it is. I'm sure basically everybody knows what Curology is by now. I have fur in my nose. I'm sure that basically everybody knows what Curology is by this point. But back then, from what I remember, because I have the memory of a guppy, from what I remember, Curology was mostly meant for acne, and that was about it. I do remember taking a small quiz, but nothing that was as in-depth as it was now, and I have taken some like screen grabs and stuff so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But it was just for acne, and that was it. So back in that review, I did talk about how I wasn't a big fan of it because it burned my skin. I have extremely sensitive skin, so anything too harsh or too aggressive can actually burn my skin and cause a lot of irritation. And when I tried Curology, it was really aggressive and my skin did not like it. Back then, I do feel like it was more geared towards maybe cystic acne, people who have cystic acne, because the ingredients were very, very, very intense for what they were. And I broke out, but I didn't break out like that, and I still don't. So I just wanted to try something to maybe introduce something into my skincare that could probably help with that. I'm always on the constant endeavor of trying to find something for my skincare that will help my skin stay healthy and smooth and clear and stuff like that. So, you know, this time, because people are like, well, if you didn't like Curology, why'd you decide to try it again? Well, because I kept getting Curology advertisements in all of my feeds on Facebook and Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, and basically was following me around. And so I decided to take a peek, take a look at it, you know, see what's going on. And I had noticed there was a lot of differences now than there was back then. So Curology, I think, was made by a doctor in 2013. It's 2020 now, so they've had quite a few years to kind of revamp and like kind of hone their brand, kind of their niche. And so, as I said, back then, I remember it just being about acne, but now you can kind of target other things. You can target uneven skin texture, acne, blemishes, wrinkles, dryness, dullness, clogged pores, stuff like that. You can actually target those things, which is really nice because like you might be like me and not break out very much, not have very much acne, but you might want to tackle like uneven skin texture and wrinkles and stuff like that. So I really like that you have that option. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to give it another shot. I'm willing to see if potentially maybe it's different. So I decided to buy it, see what happens. What's really cool is when you try it, the first time you get your little kit, it's $5 for shipping, and that's it. So in your kit now, you get a cleanser, the medicated cream, your customized medicated cream, and then a moisturizer. But back then when I tried Curology the first time, it was just the customized medicated acne cream bottle, and that was it. You didn't get a cleanser or a moisturizer, which I also found really interesting because then you could have a whole like system of something that you can use on your skin, especially if you're not sure what you want to use with your Curology cream. You could just use the cleanser and the moisturizer. So on there, what's really nice is for the moisturizer, which I took another screen grab of this and me explaining it, but you have two choices when it comes to the moisturizer. So you have the moisturizer, which is basically good for oily combination skin, and then you have the rich moisturizer, which is great for dry skin and aging skin, which that's the one that I used. So when you try Curology, one thing to remember is that it's not going to be an automatic change in your skin. You might actually get breakouts not too long after using it because it's basically bringing up all that stuff to the surface, and so you might get some breakouts. You probably won't see any differences for probably 6 to 8 weeks, and getting new breakouts within that time period is actually normal because your skin is trying to adjust. On the website, it does explain more in depth, like all of that stuff. It even gives you like really good instructions on like if you have really dry, sensitive skin, it actually goes through like what you could do to like make it good for your skin so you can adapt it to your skin. So basically, they suggest that when you start using Curology, that you stop doing certain things. So if you use like brushes and scrubs, they suggest to stop using it because it could irritate the skin. To use salicylic acid, glycolic acid, lactic acid, or like retinols or any topical like vitamin C, to stop using that because it could potentially cause irritation with the skin. They recommend that you use the cleanser in the morning and a sunscreen, and then at night they recommend you use the cleanser, the customized cream, and then the moisturizer they send you. So basically, these are all recommendations, which is something that I need to emphasize. It's a recommendation. It's not something you have to do. The reason for that is because my skin is super dry and sensitive, so I don't do this recommendation simply because I know my skin really well, and I know that when I introduce something new to my skin, it gets mad. So what I do is I use a gentle cleanser, and then I will use my customized cream every other day to every third day. I don't use it every single night simply because my skin is so sensitive, and when I was using it every single night, it did cause some slight irritation, so I stopped using it every night and started using it every other night, which is actually something they suggest if you do have sensitive skin. Also, wait until your skin is completely dry, because when your skin is wet, it actually absorbs creams faster when it's wet. So when it's dry, it absorbs it slower, so that way your skin has time to process what's going on. So at least give your skin 10 to 20 minutes to dry and then put the cream on. Or they recommend that you could put your moisturizer on first and then the customized cream, and it might help with that irritation. For me, I just wait till my skin's dry, I put it on, I let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then I put my moisturizer and stuff, everything else on top of it. I don't use the cleanser or the moisturizer because it didn't work for my skin. The cleanser felt like it stripped my skin, but I have really dry, sensitive skin, so I have to be really careful about what I put on it. So I use my Neogen Blueberry Moisturizing Foaming K-Beauty skin face wash, and that works really well because it's super gentle and it's super moisturizing and it cleans my skin. And then for the moisturizer, I don't use the moisturizer because it didn't feel like it was moisturizing my skin. It just felt like it was leaving this weird powdery film over my skin that wasn't moisturizing it at all. So I stopped using that, and I use the Boscia Chia Seed Face Cream because it's super thick and super moisturizing, and it works really well for my skin type. So what I would recommend is, you know your skin better than anyone, so do what you think your skin would like more and just kind of adjust to what would work for your skin rather than do what they think. And then I wrote down some stuff so I remember what to talk about. So what's really cool about Curology now is that back then you only got the medicated cream. And so I don't think my camera is going to pick up what this looks like because the lighting sucks. But this is the medicated cream bottle now. This is the back. And on the back it tells you what's in it and the percentages of it. Back then, the Curology bottle did not look like this. It was like a kind of... it had a clear top, and then it was like this cloudy bottle that you could see through. I don't know, but I like this bottle a lot more. Back then, you could only get the medicated cream, like the customized cream. That was it. That's all you could get. But now, since you can get the cleanser, the cream, and the moisturizer, that's really cool because you can get the whole set. But what I like is that you can decide if you want to continue to just get the whole set, or if you just want the customized bottle. So if you want the whole set, you get a cleanser, the customized bottle, and then the moisturizer, and that's like $29.95 free shipping and handling, and that's so you can just have the whole set so you don't have to worry about moisturizer and cleanser. If you don't want that whole set, you can get the large bottle of the customized bottle for $19.95, and that's free shipping. That's really cool because if you're like me and you know what works for your skin and what's best for your skin, but you want to add in the customized cream, that's great for you. And then you can do what I do, which is I get the small bottle for $19.95, and it's like $4.95, $4.25 for shipping, which doesn't bother me. The reason I get the small bottle is because since I use it every other day or every third day, I don't run out of it as quickly, which is part of my gripe with you only getting these 3 choices. I do love that you get these 3 choices so you can decide if you want the set or not, because you might like the cleanser and the moisturizer, but if you don't, it's cool that you get to choose that. The problem I have though is since you're only supposed to use it at night and you don't use it in the morning, you're going to run out of it faster than you're going to run out of it not as quickly as you're going to run out of the cleanser and the moisturizer, because you're using the cleanser and the moisturizer in the morning and you're using the cleanser and the moisturizer at night. So you're going to run out of both pretty quickly. I really wish that you could go on Curology and just get the cleanser or the moisturizer and not get the medicated cream, because that way you could just replenish those 2 things and still have the customized cream. But that's not an option. You can only get the whole set, so you'd have to buy the entire set, which, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have the customized cream all of the time, but like you're still gonna, like, you might just want to get the cream, the moisturizer, and the cleanser, and then once you run out of those things, you just might want to get the whole set. I don't know. I just wish that there was more choices to go on there. So that's the only issue that I have with that, is that I really wish that you could either decide to just get the cleanser or the moisturizer too, and then, or get the whole set, or just get the customized bottle. So it'd be kind of cool if you could pick one or the other, but that's really the only issue I have now. I'm going to show you a screen grab now of, like, basically, so after you take the quiz, which I'll show you the quiz too, after you take the quiz, you will be given a profile, and on that profile, it just gives you the ability to change shipping, talk to your provider, see what your plan is, and on there you can actually see what is in your bottle and basically what it does. So I'll actually show you what that is now.
Okay, so this is the Curology website. This just basically is the very beginning of what you're gonna do. You have your unlock free offer thing, which is kind of cool. This just kind of shows, like, you know, that you can customize it just a little bit more, which we'll go into a little bit deeper when I actually show you how to do that. It's really nice that you can customize it a little bit more, which is great. And then as you scroll down, you start to, like, see other people's stories and stuff like that. A lot of the reason that I thought that Curology was mostly meant for cystic acne was because I would see acne, like this woman's acne, and think that, oh, okay, so this is for cystic acne, and maybe it was from the beginning. Typically, it makes you put in your zip code, but I didn't want to show my zip code. And then it's going to have you put in your first and last name. I'm struggling to spell my own name, which is kind of embarrassing, but yep. So it just has you put in your name, and then it's going to take you to the next page where you can start your little skin quiz thing. So you're going to pick out of these things. Right now, I'm just going to pick random ones because I can't remember the ones that I picked before. We'll go into my profile to see that, but I just can't remember. So I'll just pick, let's see which ones I pick. I can't remember because when I did this, I can't remember. So I picked treat clogged pores, improve skin texture, and fade dark circles and fight breakouts. Cool. Did that. And then it'll take you to where you have most of your breakouts. I mostly have most of my breakouts on my face. And then your skin type. I usually have very dry skin, but I also have combination skin certain places, so I picked combination. And then typically when I break out, I have 1 or 2 pimples. I usually don't have any more than that, which I consider myself very lucky for. So I'll pick 1 or 2. at some point. There it is. And then asks if you wear sunscreen. I wear it most of the time. It does ask if you take any prescription medication or something over the counter. So probably to see if like they don't want to prescribe anything that could mess with whatever you're taking. So you just want to make sure you enter that. I happen to have a thyroid issue, so I told them that I take levothyroxine, which is a synthetic hormone for my thyroid. The next page will ask what, like if you have any medical conditions. So if you do, you're going to want to click yes, or if you have had any surgeries. I have hypothyroidism, which can actually give you really dry skin. So I wanted to make sure to tell them that I have hypothyroidism, so they are aware of that. So after you go through all of that, you'll pay for it, and then you'll wait like a day or so, and then they'll figure out what your treatment plan will be. After that, you'll get a profile. So this is the very home page of my profile. So this gives you different options. I like this better than what Curology used to be because I don't remember this being a thing, but it could have been. So you can track your skin's progress. So basically there you can just take pictures of your skin from what it was before till now after using the Curology to see if there's any difference. Here you can have shipping, message provider, treatment plan, and explore community. So in shipping, you basically can figure out your last shipment. So say if you're trying to know, like you didn't get your shipment and you're trying to figure out when it was supposed to show up, it'll tell you that. And then also if say you run out of your bottle before you are supposed to get your next shipment, you can actually pay for an early shipment. So that way you can get it as soon as possible. In message provider, if there's anything going on, say you're trying Curology and your skin starts to have a reaction, you can talk to your provider, see what's going on there. If you have any questions or concerns, you can talk to your provider. In treatment plan, which I'll go into that, it'll tell you what your treatment plan is and tell you what's in it. There is another page that'll tell you deeper what it is, and we'll go see that. But basically, it's going to tell you the percentage of what is in your bottle and who your provider is. So I guess my provider is Tiffany. And then you can explore the community. So here is really cool because here, if you're ever curious, like, is this actually working for people who have skin like me? I like seeing the kind of before and afters where for some people, if it's gonna actually pull up because my phone is so slow, you can see like how her skin, she has some breakouts but not very much, and then same thing with her, just some texture. But then you can scroll through and see people who have different skin types, and you can kind of figure out like, hey, it's working for them, so it might actually work for me too, which is very, very cool. So you can see like her, she looks like she's got some cystic acne, and you can see that it's really like changed her skin for almost a year, which I think is very cool. So you can see that. And then you can scroll down for explore guides. You can figure out cleansers and what works for you, products, moisturizer, sunscreen, and like a diet that could help your acne. When you want to go and look at like other stuff, you can just go where your name is, click on that, where you can see what your treatment is. You can go, I believe, into plan. Well, actually, no. Okay, so we'll talk about this first because I clicked on the wrong thing. So this is really cool. So Curology used to just be the medicated cream. That was it. But now it's cleanser, medicated cream, and moisturizer. So this you can decide what you want to get. So this you could get the whole Curology set. So that comes with the cleanser, the bottle, and then the moisturizer. So you can get all three of those things. And what I like is that you can each time you can choose whether you want the moisturizer or the rich one. So say you get the rich one and it's too much for your skin, you can switch to the moisturizer, and that's $29.95 a month, free shipping and handling, which is really nice. But say you don't like the cleanser and you don't like the moisturizer, but you like the custom bottle, you can just get the custom bottle. So you can get the large size for free shipping and handling, or you can get the small size for $4.95 in shipping and handling. So it just depends on what you want, and I love that you can do that because for me, I don't like the cleanser or the moisturizer at all. So I like that you can choose whether or not you want that or not. I just get the small bottle, so it's really cool that you can pick which you want and what you don't want. So I'm going to go back, and then you would go into your treatment plan to figure out what you have. So this is really cool because you can scroll down, and so I wanted to target acne, clogged pores, and textured skin. And this is going to tell you what the ingredients in your customized bottle do. So that way you can know exactly what they do, so you're just not in the dark, which is really cool because that way you know what's going on. So I like that 2 of the ingredients in my formula actually help with dark spots. So that way, if I have any dark spots, it really deals with it. I don't know how to say any of these things, but I do like that you can see it. Down here, you can go into what to expect. For your routine, they do talk about maybe ceasing doing certain things in your routine. So if you use brushes or scrubs, if you use salicylic acid or glycolic acid or topical vitamin C, they basically say to try not to use those things because it might cause irritation. My opinion is that do what you think works for your skin. And then down here, this is the recommended routine. So just remember that it is recommended. It doesn't mean that is the thing to do. The reason I say that is because I don't do this at all. So it just recommends that you wash your face with a gentle cleanser in the morning and then apply sunscreen. And then in the evening, you do the same thing, but you put the Curology in the mix. I don't do this because it doesn't work for my skin. So just do what works for your skin best. And then if you have dry and sensitive skin, it goes into that, how to check your products and stuff like that. And then your consultant will just go into other stuff on there. So that's the cool part of being able to see what's going on inside your formula so you don't accidentally like put something on your skin that you don't like. You can change your shipments, you can have more consultations, you can change your payment plan, which is really nice. So that way, say it's too much money or you need to change the card it's on, it's really easy to do that. And then after all that, you can just go back home and explore everything else. So that's the Curology profile that I have, and I really like it because it's a lot more accessible and easier to use. I don't remember there being one when I tried it the first time, but it's been so long and I have such a bad memory that it could have been. But yeah, so that is what's kind of going on with Curology right now. Okay, so what are my thoughts on Curology now? Because I didn't really talk about that. My thoughts on Curology now is I actually really like this product. Most of the reason is because I really like that you can decide what you want to tackle rather than just acne, because that back then it was just acne. So for mine, I'm doing, I can't remember what I wrote down. I should remember, memory of a guppy. My formula tackles acne, clogged pores, and skin texture, because sometimes I usually do wear makeup and sometimes my pores get really clogged, and since I do like use a thicker moisturizer, that can happen. Also, I have really uneven skin texture because my skin gets really dry and I sometimes break out. So I wanted to tackle those 3 things, and I really like that you can pick that. You can pick what you want to tackle rather than just your acne. If you wanted to tackle clogged pores, skin texture, and wrinkles, you can do that. And I really love that ability, so you can figure out what works best for your skin. I also like that on the profile you can see what the ingredients are and what they do, so you know exactly what's going on in your skin. And that way you know, okay, this is what's going on in my skin, so if it irritates, you know what irritates, and if it doesn't, you know what doesn't. I do like that you have a provider. I have a love-hate relationship with this. I love that because you can talk to your provider and they can tweak whatever the formula is. You can talk to them and figure out, okay, this is what's irritating my skin, or this isn't what's working. But my issue is I said this in my last review, I don't understand how you can talk to a dermatologist on the internet and they can look at a picture of your skin and decide what works best for your skin. I feel like you'd have to go to a dermatologist or an esthetician and they'd have to touch your skin and look at it and really kind of get the gist for it. So I don't understand how you can take a picture of your face and then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, this works for your skin. So I don't know. I feel like it's more of a generalization thing. Like you say that you want
to get rid of acne, clogged pores, and like skin texture, okay, I'm gonna give you this percentage of this much. I think it's customized to some level, but I don't think it's customized to the point where a lot of people think it is. But I do like it. I do feel like it has made a difference in my skin. I do feel like it's made a difference with the texture, with my breaking out. A couple weeks ago, I had a big pimple on my forehead, and after using this, it actually went away. It doesn't burn my skin anymore. Last time I used it, it burned the underneath of my eyes, which that's usually how I know when a skincare product isn't working for my skin, is when it starts to make the underneath of my eyes burn. And it didn't do that. And the old one did. This new one doesn't, which is really nice. It's actually very gentle, and it doesn't feel too heavy on my skin. It doesn't mess up my other parts of my skincare routine, which is really nice, because I've introduced new things into my skincare, and it's just disrupted the balance, and this hasn't done that. I like that you can choose if you want a big bottle or a small bottle, because as I said, since I'm someone who only uses it every other day to every third day, I don't run out of it as quickly. I still have most of my bottle from the first shipment that I got when I first started to try it, and then I have this guy, which is the new one. So this is going to last me a while. I'm excited to try it for another couple of months to see if this is actually like genuinely making a difference in my skin. I feel like it is, but it'll be nice to see like how much of a difference. And it's just really, really nice. I am pleasantly surprised that it worked for me this time and not last time. There is a chance that my skin did mature more and did change more over the years, because I'm 25 now. But there's also a chance that like they were made in 2013, it's 2020 now, so they probably really learned and kind of honed their little niche more. So they probably made some differences too, which I really, really like. So if you're someone who wants to try Curology and wants to give it a shot, I can put the link to the website down below. You can give it a shot. It's only $5 for shipping. You only pay for that. And then if you decide to continue with Curology, you can pay the $29.95 or the $19.95. It's up to you. But I'm actually a fan now, which I'm really surprised that I'm saying, because last time I was actually pretty upset that it didn't work for me, because I was kind of excited to try something new. And you see all these videos about people using Curology and saying it's amazing, and then you try it and it's not. It's really frustrating, but it's really normal. I mean, not everybody's skin works is the same. So, but yeah, it's super fun, and I really, really like it, and I'm a big fan. And if it's something that works for my skin all the time, it'll probably become something that I use for a really long time until I find something new. So those are my thoughts on Curology, and kind of going from there. I am actually a fan, and I think it's really cool that there's this subscription service for your skin. You also have to understand whatever works for someone else's skin might not work for you. So if it doesn't work for you, that's not a bad thing. It just doesn't work for you, and you'll just have to potentially figure something else out. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I do have to go to Walmart, which is not something I'm looking forward to. I don't know why I put on makeup, because I have to wear a mask and it's going to pull it off, but that's okay. And yeah, so that is my review and my thoughts on Curology. Now, if you've ever used Curology at all, I'd really like to know what you think of it, or if you're curious about it, let me know. And thank you for joining me in this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you can be notified whenever I post. I usually try to post on Mondays. I'm actually making this video on a Monday, so hopefully I'll be able to upload it today. If not, it'll be tomorrow. But I usually try to upload on Mondays. And I keep losing my train of thought. I haven't eaten anything today, so my brain is like moving at such a small mile per hour, and I'm craving French fries. I really need some French fries. So yeah. And I hope that you have a wonderful day and a beautiful night. And this is Kat signing off. Bye. My voice is so scratchy, it's frustrating.